So I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you, Hallie, like,
Yeah.
what if you're just starting out, right? What are the three tools that you should be using every day to make yourself more productive?
You mentioned Read AI. So that one's
Okay.
major for me. And I'll tell you why. In fact, I wonder if I could show you my screen and you can actually see what it looks
Yeah.
like after. So I'll tell you my three and then I'll show you Read AI. So Read AI, I know everyone talks about it, but it really is amazing. Chat GPT is insane. If you're
Hmm.
not using it, then you're behind. That's really how I feel about it. Although there's actually a lot of people who aren't using it. And then
What do you use
yeah,
Chat GPT for? So like I've tried it out a little bit, but I haven't figured out like what am I gonna do day to day, how to use Chat GPT to make myself more productive. So that's what I'm really looking for is those,
you specific.
productivity tips. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share it. Let me show you my impact. So this is what I use Chat GPT for.
Hmm.
So a couple things, we'll just go through it. Um, all the content you're seeing, for the most part, being created through me and through Chat GPT. Like for you, you probably don't create a lot of content, but you may have to reply to emails a lot. So I get a lot of the same requests. So what I can do, because ChatGPT is more or less trained on me and you can give it custom instructions, right? What do you want ChatGPT? So I let it know about impact and I tell it how I want it to respond. I'm Hailey Wilson. So it just knows a couple of quick things about me, right? The way to think about it is ChatGPT is like an intern. What could I ask an intern to do for me? It's about as smart as an intern, right? And then I'll say, hey, that I just got this email. So hi Hailey, it's virtual. This one of our speakers emailed me and I could sit there and I could write an email, but man, it's so much easier for me to just say, hey, please compose a reply from Hailey to this email. This isn't 100% what I'd want, but I loved this part and that's what I needed. Copy, paste that. And then what normally would take me 5 minutes took me a minute. And the more you get used to this workflow, and I'm going to tell you something, Rob, you're going to get, I imagine you use Microsoft. Do you use Microsoft mostly? Search Suite.
Yeah.
So Microsoft's coming out next year, probably early, I would imagine first quarter, maybe even the end of this year. I doubt that though, with Copilot. And that is going to essentially be Chat GPT within Outlook and everything. So you
Hmm.
can just wait a little bit before, and then once you have that, it'll be in here. The other
Yeah.
things I love to do, I love asking it to write poems. This is a great thing if I'm trying to really get in with a certain sponsor, or maybe it's even something personal. I sending a gift package to my friend Ashley and her two daughters. And I sent her one of these little birds in the package. And I was like, I want to make that extra special. They're little girls, they love poetry, and decided to write a little poem. And I just copied and pasted this shit in. There's also, oh, so there's some things you can say, create an HTML landing page for impact speakers in easy to copy. And it will create code for you, which I can then take and copy and paste directly into HTML editor and create an amazing landing page, or at least something that will get us close to what we need. So it's amazing. Or then here's another one. I was trying to tell one of my salespeople because they're like, you give away too much, Hailey. You give away too much. And I'm like, this is part of a thing. There's a thing in psychology, and I don't remember what the name of it is. And so I went in there, and you're talking about reciprocity, the word. The other thing,
Reciprocity. There we go. It took
reciprocity.
reciprocity. Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can have it. I was having it go through and give me SEO. So there's a billion things you can do. And here's Read AI. So you can come in. It's actually, look, there's ours. So after this meeting, it's had time to process. I'll show you Earl's in our meeting yesterday. I like Read better than Otter and some of the other ones that I've used. Otter's kind of Fathom isn't that good. Otter and Fathom is weird because they will join a meeting even if you're not going to that meeting. I don't like that. I feel like that's rude. If I'm hosting a meeting with my speakers and one of the speakers sends their Otter or their Fathom to the meeting to take notes, I get a little offended.
Hmm.
Oh man, why is this taking so long? And then the other thing is that you can get like an enterprise plan and add team, and then all of your team will have access to your
Oh,
meetings.
can I just ask you, what's the other one? You said Otter, and what's the other one?
Fathom, Fathom. I can't fathom why anyone would do that, right? I
Yeah.
still prefer read. I've tried part of being the AI fairy godmother, which I've like adopted this
That,
persona
uh,
that
uh,
yeah.
yeah, you got me. Like when you reached out, like fairy godmother, I'm like, oh, I need to be taught. I know you to begin with, but then the fairy godmother, it's yeah, this is yeah,
Yeah,
love it.
it's just about, I know how scary this stuff is, especially for people who aren't comfortable with technology in the first place. So I'm trying to create this persona of bring my southernism into it, right? Where I've got you, boo. I know it's hard. So I'm trying, part of that is my credibility is like actually trying these tools and being able to say, oh no, don't fathom, try read, and saving you the time of that experimentation. Although I certainly encourage you to experiment. I like it too because it tells me sentiment engagement, but you can see it gives us a nice little summary. And then it also will give you action items. So anytime it says, all right, I'm going to do this for you, it like tags it in the AI. And then any notes that you take, and I never take notes because I'm not organized like that. But even if you want to go and you can like look up the transcript, it always translate impact, even though it's like AI MPI. And then I can go through all the times that we've mentioned impact. So you can just imagine like when you're working with your team, holding them accountable, right? And it's so great with coaching. Totally love. I'm obsessed with Read AI. So ChatGPT, you have this advanced data analysis option. You can add anything to it. Keep in mind that your stuff can be used to train the OpenAI stuff. So that's something to be thoughtful about what you're uploading. However, you can opt out. So this is just a regular CSV. Give me a summary of this data. And it takes a while for it to upload. Give me a summary of this data. It's going to think. Give it a minute. It's going up to space. So you see it taking this, and I can have it do whatever I want. I can add columns, summarize the columns. Just there's an insane amount of stuff you can have it do. The other thing I wanted to show you, Claude is good too. You can do 5. So ChatGPT only lets you do one full file at a time, but you can actually copy a bunch of them and be like, I'm going to analyze all of this data. So if you have multiple spreadsheets, that's really helpful. You can also have it combine it all into one type of spreadsheet, which is really neat. You can also go into a website, copy and paste just the text, and then paste it directly in here. And you be able to interact with that data. The other piece I really wanted to show you, though I think would be really helpful for you and what you do. Can you give me a piece of regulation that you've been looking at? Something I can look up.
Oh, gee, regulation BI is always something that we're looking at.
Yeah, I remember doing some columns
Yeah,
on that.
a regulation is, yeah, it's going to be there. Okay.
So this is Perplexity. Perplexity AI does have access to the internet. And essentially what it does, it's a research tool. So you can say, give me the latest on regulation BI, and it's going to give this, and then it sources all of its content. And these are its sources here. I can say, what should financial firms be considering in their own reg BI policies? Give me a checklist. I have no idea what's going to give us. But that's part of the fun. You never know what it's going to give you. And then so Copilot comes in and says, okay, let me clarify. Is there anything, would you like to explore any of this stuff? Oh, there's an infographic.
Got
Let's
it.
do all of it. We want all of it. Give us all of it. So then
Yeah,
it's all of these great sources. And then there you go.
fantastic.